Today we will talk about organizational culture, structure, and design. The study of organizing, which is the second function in the management process, involves examining the organizational culture and structure of an organization. Managers utilize these aspects in conjunction with human resource (HR) practices to implement their strategy effectively. Organizational culture refers to the shared, underlying assumptions that a group of individuals in the workplace hold. These assumptions are often implicit and taken for granted, shaping how the group perceives, thinks about, and reacts to various situations. Organizational culture helps employees understand the reasons behind the organization's actions and how it plans to achieve its long-term goals. It is transmitted to new employees through socialization and mentoring processes. Organizational culture significantly influences work outcomes at all levels within the organization. Organizational structure, on the other hand, refers to the formal system of task and reporting relationships within an organization. It establishes the coordination and motivation necessary for members of the organization to work together towards achieving common goals. Organizational structure clarifies who reports to whom and defines the roles and responsibilities of individuals within the organization. A well-designed organizational structure facilitates effective communication, decision-making, and workflow. In addition to organizational culture and structure, HR practices play a crucial role in the implementation of strategy. HR practices encompass all the activities an organization utilizes to manage its human capital. This includes staffing, appraising employee performance, training and development, and compensation and benefits. The objective of HR practices is to ensure that employees possess the necessary skills, motivation, and opportunities to contribute effectively to the organization's unique strategic goals. By aligning HR practices with the strategic objectives, organizations can optimize their human resources and enhance their ability to execute strategy successfully. Strategic implementation is a challenging task, and managers consistently rank it as their top concern. The majority of strategic initiatives fail due to flawed execution rather than flawed strategy. Therefore, an organization's performance in executing its strategy depends on the extent to which the three factors organizational culture, organizational structure, and HR practices work together cohesively to support and enable the strategy. The analogy of a rope is used to illustrate the interconnectedness and importance of these factors. Just as a rope gains strength from many small strands woven tightly together, an organization relies on closely intertwined strands of culture, structure, and HR practices to achieve its strategic objectives. If these strands unravel or become disconnected, the organization weakens and becomes more prone to failure in executing its strategy. As you see, this diagram shows interrelationship between various factors and their impact on organizational performance. Organizational performance is influenced by multiple factors, and the diagram highlights the interconnectedness of these factors. For instance, organizational culture, as mentioned earlier, can have a significant impact on employee engagement and motivation, which in turn can contribute to improved performance. When employees feel a strong sense of belonging, share common values, and understand the organization's goals, they are more likely to be committed and perform at a higher level. Similarly, effective human resource practices are crucial for attracting, developing, and retaining top talent. By implementing strategic HR practices such as recruitment and selection, performance management, training and development, and compensation, organizations can ensure they have the right people with the necessary skills and motivation to drive performance. The diagram also suggests that corporate strategy should be aligned with these factors to achieve optimal performance. For example, if an organization's strategy is focused on innovation, it should foster a culture that encourages creativity and experimentation. This alignment ensures that the organization's culture supports and reinforces the desired strategic direction. Additionally, the diagram implies that group and social processes, as well as work attitudes and behaviors, are important determinants of organizational performance. Collaboration, effective communication, teamwork, and positive work attitudes all contribute to a conducive work environment that enhances performance. By aligning corporate strategy with organizational culture, HR practices, group and social processes, and work attitudes and behaviors, organizations can create a strong foundation for success. This alignment ensures that all aspects of the organization are working together cohesively towards common strategic objectives, ultimately driving improved performance. Organizational culture can be understood at three distinct levels, each varying in terms of visibility and resistance to change. These levels are observable artifacts, espoused values, and basic assumptions. 1. Observable artifacts. This level represents the most visible aspects of organizational culture. Observable artifacts include physical manifestations such as dress codes, office decorations, awards, rituals, ceremonies, and visible behaviors exhibited by both managers and employees. These artifacts are easily noticed and can provide insights into the organization's culture. They are also the easiest elements to influence or change. For example, a company can introduce a new dress code or modify its office layout to reflect a different culture. 2. Espoused values. The second level of organizational culture is deeper and less visible than observable artifacts. This level encompasses the espoused values, which are the explicitly stated values and norms preferred by an organization. These values are often articulated by the organization's founders or top managers and are intended to guide the behavior and decision-making of employees. However, there may be a gap between espoused values and the values actually exhibited in the organization, which leads us to the next level. 3. Basic assumptions. At the deepest level of organizational culture, we find the basic assumptions. This level represents the core values and beliefs that are deeply ingrained in an organization's culture. Basic assumptions are often taken for granted and are challenging to articulate because they are deeply embedded in the collective mindset of employees. They shape employees' perceptions, thoughts, and behaviors, even though they may not be explicitly acknowledged or communicated. These assumptions form the foundation of an organization's culture and are highly resistant to change. The three levels of organizational culture are interconnected, with each level influencing the others. Observable artifacts provide visible cues about the organization's espoused values, while espoused values shape the basic assumptions held by employees. Changes at one level can influence the others, but it is important to recognize that deeper levels, such as basic assumptions, are more resistant to change and require significant effort to modify. Understanding the different levels of organizational culture allows leaders and managers to assess and shape the culture in a more comprehensive manner by identifying and aligning observable artifacts, espoused values, and basic assumptions. Organizations can work towards creating a culture that supports their strategic objectives and fosters a positive work environment. Okay. Culture is transmitted to employees through various means, including symbols, stories, heroes, rites and rituals, and organizational socialization. 1. Symbols. Symbols are objects or actions that represent ideas or qualities. In the context of organizational culture, symbols are used to convey an organization's most important values. For example, a company logo or a mission statement can serve as symbols that represent the organization's core beliefs and aspirations. 2. Stories. Stories are narratives based on true events within the organization. These stories are often repeated and sometimes embellished upon to emphasize a particular value or lesson. They are oral histories that are told and retold by members of the organization, helping to reinforce the cultural norms and values. Stories can provide examples of successful initiatives, challenges overcome, or heroic acts that embody the organization's values. 3. Heroes. Heroes are individuals whose accomplishments embody the values of the organization. They are often admired and celebrated for their contributions and serve as role models for others. Heroes can be leaders, employees, or even external stakeholders who have made significant contributions or sacrifices for the benefit of the organization. Recognizing and highlighting these heroes reinforces the desired cultural values and inspires others to follow their example. 4. Rites and rituals. Rites and rituals are activities and ceremonies, both planned and unplanned, that celebrate important occasions and accomplishments within the organization. These rituals can include events such as annual conferences, award ceremonies, team-building activities, or even daily routines like morning meetings or shared meals. Rites and rituals transform ordinary actions into meaningful and symbolic practices, reinforcing the desired cultural values and creating a sense of belonging and identity within the organization. 5. Organizational socialization. Organizational socialization refers to the process by which individuals learn the values, norms, and required behaviors that allow them to become fully functioning members of the organization. It occurs in 3 phases: before being hired, through recruitment and selection processes, when first joining the organization, orientation and onboarding, and during the early stages of employment, adjustment to the job and organizational culture. Organizational socialization helps new employees understand and internalize the organization's culture, ensuring that they align with its values and norms. By utilizing symbols, stories, heroes, rites and rituals, and organizational socialization, organizations can effectively transmit and reinforce their culture among employees. These mechanisms help shape employee attitudes, behaviors, and decision-making, ultimately influencing the overall organizational culture and its impact on performance and success. Okay, now the Competing Values Framework, CVF. CVF is a practical model that helps managers understand, measure, and change organizational culture. It categorizes organizational cultures into 4 types based on their internal or external focus and their emphasis on stability and control versus flexibility. These four culture types are clan culture, adhocracy culture, market culture, and hierarchy culture. 1. Clan culture. Clan cultures have an internal focus and value flexibility over stability and control. Organizations with clan cultures prioritize creating a strong sense of identification and commitment among employees, fostering a feeling of family. Collaboration and teamwork are key in clan cultures, and resources are dedicated to training and developing employees. Clan cultures also view customers as collaborative partners rather than simply transactional entities. 2. Adhocracy culture. Adhocracy cultures have an external focus and value flexibility. The strategic thrust of adhocracy cultures is the creation of new and innovative products and services. These cultures encourage employees to be creative, adaptable, and quick to respond to changes in the external environment. Taking risks and experimenting with new ways of doing things are encouraged in adhocracy cultures, fostering a dynamic and entrepreneurial spirit. 3. Market culture. Market cultures have a strong external focus and value stability and control. Organizations with market cultures leverage employees' competitive drives to make money, achieve goals, and gain market share. In market cultures, customers, productivity, and winning take precedence over employee development and satisfaction. Employees are expected to work hard, proactively react to market demands, and deliver high-quality work on time. Results-oriented behavior is rewarded in market cultures. 4. Hierarchy culture. Hierarchy cultures have an internal focus and value stability and control over flexibility. These cultures prioritize maintaining a certain level of performance and efficiency through formalized control mechanisms and structured work environments. Hierarchy cultures often have numerous rules and procedures in place to ensure standardization. At times, hierarchy cultures may appear to prioritize efficiency and standardization over the well-being and development of employees. The competing values framework provides managers with a way to understand and assess their organization's culture and identify areas for improvement or change. By understanding the characteristics of each culture type, managers can align their organizational values, practices, and behaviors to create a culture that supports their strategic goals and enhances performance. Okay, the question now is, what is the importance of culture? Research supports the belief that culture plays a significant role in shaping an organization's long-term success and influencing important outcomes. Here are some key findings related to the relationship between organizational culture and various factors and outcomes. 1. Leadership behaviors. Clan and adhocracy cultures are more strongly associated with desirable leadership behaviors. These cultures, which emphasize collaboration, flexibility, and innovation, tend to foster leadership styles that encourage employee engagement, empowerment, and teamwork. 2. High-performance work practices. Market cultures have the strongest relationship with high-performance work practices. These cultures, driven by competitiveness and a focus on achieving goals, tend to prioritize performance-oriented practices such as goal setting, performance measurement, and merit-based rewards. 3. Employee outcomes. Employee outcomes are related to all four organizational culture types. This suggests that organizational culture impacts employee satisfaction, engagement, motivation, and commitment across various cultural orientations. 4. Innovation. Clan, adhocracy, and market cultures are more strongly related to innovation compared to hierarchy cultures. The collaborative and flexible nature of clan cultures, the entrepreneurial and creative focus of adhocracy cultures, and the customer-driven competitiveness of market cultures tend to foster innovation within organizations. 5. Operational outcomes. Adhocracy, market, and hierarchy cultures have a stronger relationship with operational outcomes compared to clan cultures. The dynamic and adaptable nature of adhocracy cultures, the performance-driven focus of market cultures, and the efficiency and control-oriented approach of hierarchy cultures tend to contribute to operational effectiveness. 6. Customer outcomes. Clan and market cultures are more strongly related to customer outcomes compared to adhocracy and hierarchy cultures. The emphasis on customer collaboration and service excellence in clan cultures, along with the customer-oriented focus of market cultures, tend to result in positive customer outcomes. 7. Financial outcomes. There is a relationship between culture types and financial outcomes. Companies with market cultures, which prioritize competitiveness and achieving goals, tend to have more positive financial outcomes compared to other culture types. These findings highlight the importance of organizational culture in shaping various outcomes and performance indicators within an organization. Understanding and actively managing culture can help organizations create an environment that supports leadership effectiveness, high-performance work practices, employee satisfaction, innovation, operational excellence, customer satisfaction, and ultimately, financial success. Okay. Preparing to assess PO fit before a job interview. Interviewers use questions to find out how well you will fit in with the organization. This is called person-organization, PO, fit, and it reflects the extent to which your personality and values match the climate and culture in an organization. Assessing person-organization fit, PO fit, involves understanding your personal values, strengths, and weaknesses, as well as researching the organization's values, strengths, and weaknesses. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you prepare a 1. Identify personal values, strengths, and weaknesses. Reflect on your own values. Consider what matters most to you in terms of work values, such as collaboration, autonomy, integrity, creativity, or work-life balance. Assess your strengths. Identify your key skills, abilities, and qualities that make you an asset in the workplace. These can include technical expertise, communication skills, leadership abilities, problem-solving skills, or adaptability. Acknowledge weaknesses. Be honest about areas where you may have limitations or need improvement. This could be related to specific skills, experience gaps, or personal traits that may impact your performance. 2. Research the organization. Talk to current employees. Reach out to contacts within the organization or use professional networking platforms to connect with employees. Ask them about the organization's values, work environment, and any insights they can provide. Online research. Visit the organization's website, read their mission statement, values, and any available reports or news articles. Look for information on their culture, employee testimonials, and company initiatives. 3. Compare personal and organizational values, strengths, and weaknesses. Analyze the fit. Compare your personal values, strengths, and weaknesses with the organization's values, strengths, and weaknesses. Look for areas of alignment and potential areas of concern or gaps. Consider cultural fit. Evaluate how well your personal values align with the organization's culture and work environment. Assess whether your strengths can contribute to the organization's goals and whether your weaknesses may present challenges. Identify potential questions. Based on the comparison, generate questions to ask during the interview that will help you gauge the fit. For example, you might inquire about the organization's values and how they are demonstrated in daily operations, or ask about opportunities for growth and development in areas where you have strengths. By assessing your personal values, strengths, and weaknesses and comparing them to the organization's values, strengths, and weaknesses, you can better understand the potential fit and prepare thoughtful questions for the interview. Remember, being honest with yourself and the interviewer will help ensure a more accurate assessment of fit and increase your chances of finding a compatible work environment. Okay, the process of culture change. As you see, there are 12 ways a culture becomes established in an organization, which also serve as levers for culture change. Here is a summary of each lever. 1. Formal statements. This lever involves creating or modifying formal statements like organizational philosophy, mission, vision, and values. It also includes using these statements in recruitment, selection, and employee socialization processes. 2. Slogans and sayings. Expressing the desired culture through company language, slogans, sayings, and acronyms helps reinforce and communicate cultural values. 3. Rites and rituals. Planned and unplanned activities and ceremonies such as celebrations, events, and awards play a role in establishing and reinforcing culture. 4. Stories, legends, and myths. Stories about significant events within the organization can symbolize its values and vision, helping to shape the culture. 5. Leader reactions to crises. How leaders respond to critical incidents and crises sends a clear cultural message and can indicate a desire to change the existing culture. 6. Role modeling, training, and coaching. Providing structured training, coaching, and mentoring programs helps employees understand and align with the desired culture. 7. Physical design. The physical layout and design of the workplace can convey messages about the organization's culture and influence employee behavior and interactions. 8. Rewards, titles, promotions, and bonuses. Rewards, recognition, and incentives are powerful levers to reinforce and shape culture as they fulfill people's desire for recognition and motivation. 9. Organizational goals and performance criteria. Setting clear goals and performance criteria aligned with the desired culture helps communicate expectations and shape behavior. 10. Measurable and controllable activities. Paying attention to measuring and controlling specific activities, processes, or outcomes that reflect the desired culture can drive cultural change. 11. Organizational structure. The structure of an organization, including reporting relationships and decision-making processes, can influence the culture and its alignment with strategic goals. 12. Organizational systems and procedures. The systems and procedures in place, such as performance management, communication channels, and decision-making processes, can support and reinforce the desired culture. By understanding and leveraging these 12 levers, Organizations can intentionally shape and change their culture to align with their strategic objectives and create a positive and productive work environment. Okay, now major features of organizations. Edgar Schein, a prominent organizational psychologist, proposed 4 major features of organizations. Let's explore each feature in more detail. 1. Common purpose. The common purpose refers to the unifying goal or mission that gives the organization a sense of direction and purpose. It serves as a guiding principle that aligns the efforts of all members towards a shared objective. Without a common purpose, an organization can lose focus and become disorganized. 2. Coordinated effort. Coordinated effort involves the collaboration and integration of individual efforts to achieve the common purpose. It is the process of synchronizing and aligning the work of individuals or teams within the organization. Effective coordination is crucial for achieving efficiency and avoiding duplication of efforts. Organizational culture plays a significant role in determining how coordination is achieved within the organization. 3. Division of labor. Division of labor refers to the specialization and allocation of specific tasks or responsibilities to different individuals or groups within the organization. By dividing work based on specialization, organizations can benefit from increased efficiency, expertise, and productivity. The division of labor also facilitates the delegation of responsibilities and the formation of specialized roles within the organization. 4. Hierarchy of authority. The hierarchy of authority, also known as the chain of command, establishes the formal lines of authority and communication within the organization. It defines the reporting relationships and the flow of decision-making from top-level managers to lower-level employees. The hierarchy ensures that tasks are assigned to the right individuals and that authority is appropriately distributed. A flat organization refers to a structure with minimal levels of middle management, while unity of command emphasizes the principle that employees should report to only one manager to avoid conflicting priorities. These 4 features proposed by Edgar Schein provide a framework for understanding the fundamental elements of organizations. They highlight the importance of a common purpose, coordinated effort, division of labor, and hierarchy of authority in establishing and maintaining an effective organizational structure. Major features of organizations. 3 more that most authorities agree on. Span of control. The span of control refers to the number of individuals who report directly to a manager. It can be narrow, tall, or wide, flat, narrow span of control. In a narrow span of control, a manager has a limited number of direct reports. For example, a president may have 3 vice presidents reporting to them instead of 9, indicating a narrow span of control. This allows for closer supervision and more focused attention on each individual. Wide span of control. In a wide span of control, a manager has a larger number of direct reports. For instance, a first-line supervisor in an assembly line workplace may have 40 or more subordinates if little hands-on supervision is required. A wide span of control allows for greater efficiency and can be suitable when employees are highly skilled or work autonomously. Authority. Authority involves the rights and powers inherent in a managerial position to make decisions, give orders, and allocate resources. Accountability. Managers are accountable for their decisions and actions. They are responsible for reporting and justifying their work results to higher-level managers. Responsibility. Responsibility refers to the obligation to perform assigned tasks and achieve desired outcomes. Each individual within the organization has specific responsibilities based on their role and position. Delegation. Delegation is the process of assigning authority and responsibility to managers and employees at lower levels in the organizational hierarchy. Effective delegation allows managers to distribute tasks and decision-making, empowering and developing their subordinates. Centralization versus decentralization of authority. Centralization and decentralization refer to the distribution of decision-making authority within an organization. Centralized authority. In a centralized authority structure, important decisions are made by higher-level managers or a central authority. This structure provides a clear chain of command and ensures consistency in decision-making across the organization. Decentralized authority. In contrast, a decentralized authority structure involves delegating decision-making authority to middle-level and supervisory-level managers. Decentralization allows for greater autonomy, faster decision-making, and a better response to local needs and conditions. The choice between centralization and decentralization depends on various factors, including the organization's size, complexity, culture, and strategic objectives. It is important to strike the right balance to ensure effective decision-making and coordination throughout the organization. The last topic we will talk about is the 8 types of organizational structures. 1. Simple structure. Found in small businesses, it has a flat hierarchy with decision-making authority concentrated in a single individual. 2. Functional structure. Employees are grouped based on specialized functions such as marketing, finance, and operations. 3. Divisional structure. Organized by product lines, geographic locations, or customer segments, with each division functioning as a self-contained unit. 4. Matrix structure. Combines functional and divisional structures, with employees reporting to both functional and project managers. 5. Horizontal structure. Also known as a flat organization, it has minimal levels of hierarchy and promotes decentralized decision-making and employee empowerment. 6. Hollow structure. Non-core functions are outsourced, while core functions are retained internally, leading to cost savings and flexibility. 7. Modular structure. Involves outsourcing entire components or modules of a product or service and integrating them internally. 8. Virtual structure. A network of individuals or organizations connected through technology to collaborate on specific projects or objectives. These different structures offer various advantages and are suited for different organizational needs, strategies, and environments.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.